We are at David Wood's Cheese Farm Shop on Salt Spring Island in the South End. This is David Wood. Welcome to Art Lovers Getaway, David.
Thank you, Jill.
And it's really exciting to be here because, well, actually I really like to come here because then I can get to feast on all these amazing cheeses that David has here.
So, just very curious about this beautiful cheese that was just brought in, and I understand it's a brand new kind of cheese.
Yeah, we just started making it about 2 months ago. It's a goat milk cheese. We wanted to find a cheese that we could make in the wintertime and that we could sell in the summer that would keep well enough that we could keep everybody busily employed during the winter and have the cheese available for when all the tourists come to Salt Spring in the summertime. And we're hopeful.
And these other ones, they're beautifully soft cheeses. You can just, they're like butter. I mean, they're just gorgeous. And you've got, how many different flavors do you have?
I think we've got 8 flavors now. Yeah, they're like very low fat butter. I mean, they've got a very creamy texture. But in fact the fat content is quite low, about 18%.
So that's good.
It is good, yes. Yeah, it is good. The thing about goat's milk is that it produces a beautifully smooth textured cheese because the fat particles in goat's milk are very, very small compared to cow's milk particularly, or even sheep milk. So that when you put them in your mouth, your tongue can't distinguish them as sort of separate. They don't feel grainy in your mouth.
Yes.
They feel just smooth like silk.
Oh, so it's you speak almost like you're a wine taster.
Well, I mean, cheese tasters are just as serious, I promise you. Oh, they are, yeah.
So is it a lot about your nose and your sense
Oh, it's about everything, yes, and it's about old leather and, you know, and apricots and all the things that they use in wine tasting. Oh, yeah. We're not going to be left out. That's cheese tasters.
That sounds wonderful. I can imagine traveling over the world. I'm a cheese taster. And
no, it's a good way to go.
Yeah. Some of these cheeses, you've got garlic on some and peppers, lemon, here's basil. Well, this little cheese shop is so fantastic because you can sample all the different kinds of cheeses, and you've got the beautiful chutneys that you bring in from the interior.
From actually Vancouver Island, from Parksville.
Oh, very nice.
They're really beautiful. They do a fantastic job, those ladies.
Here in the shop, but you also are at the Saturday market every single Saturday.
Every single Saturday that the market's there, so that's 30 Saturdays a year.
Yeah, that's a lot. And you always have a crowd around your booth.
Fortunately, we do, almost all the time, yeah.
And your sons, I see your sons there.
Yes, unfortunately, you won't see them there this summer. I don't think they're
off and sailing and doing interesting things.
No, they're just flown the nest, doing their own thing, yeah.
Sons do grow up, as well as daughters.
I thought it would never happen.
Yeah, and then you also have a lot of your cheeses. I know even Thrifty's in town sell
Thrifty's have them, Country Grocer have them.
And many of the wonderful menus.
Yes, most of the restaurants have it. Yeah, Hastings House and Piccolo.
Sue Carver's house, and they said it
yeah, they do. Yes, no, it's nice. Yeah, in fact, Sue Carver House was probably the first place, very first place to buy our cheese.
Was that Hastings?
No, Sue.
At Sue Carver House.
Yeah. Back in '96.
Well, they really proudly display it on their menu.
That's great.
It's really lovely.
Sinclair is an amazing supporter for local producers.
I understand that you're also exporting your cheese across Canada now.
We are, as far as starting last week, we are now in Montreal.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you can just air freight these wonderful cheeses?
We don't actually air freight them. No, it's refrigerated transport by ground. Takes 5 days.
Yeah. And so once a cheese like this has been produced, how long is that good for?
60, 70 days.
Yeah, so quite a while.
Yeah, no, they've got good shelf life.
And does it age more beautifully as
No, not the fresh ones. They don't change. These ones, the ripened cheeses, the Juliet, the Camembert style ones, they do age more, and their shelf life is not quite as long. And then, of course, the hard cheeses also keep aging as time goes by.
So here are some of the wonderful goats, and there's something so lovable about goats.
As long as they're on the right side of the fence, they're lovable, yes. They have a way of being on the wrong side of the fence.
And then what would happen?
Oh, well, they're not scared of you. You know, you try to herd them back in, they don't care. You've got to take them by the collar and lead them back in. They'll come quite readily, but their instinct is always to be somewhere where they're not meant to be.
Yeah, and this field, it's amazing. You've got nettles, and they're eating away. So, I mean, these are very healthy goats.
Oh, yeah, no, it's true. The nettles, high in iron, they're definitely well fed.
You are pretty nice. So are these milking goats?
They are milking goats, although we're not milking them. There's only half a dozen milkers here. We buy all our goat's milk from Vancouver Island.
Okay.
Because at this point there's nobody milking goats on Salt Spring.
Yeah. So David, you've been on the island now for 20 years.
We have.
And from the very beginning, was goat cheese and sheep cheese, was cheese your business right from the very beginning?
It was the idea right from the beginning, but it wasn't our business. It took us 6 years to sell our first piece of cheese. First of all, we had to learn how to look after the sheep, and then to milk them, and then to make cheese, and then to build the facility and get licensed. And by the time all that was done, it was 6 years. 6 years had gone by.
Yeah, that's a long process.
It was a long process. Yeah.
Licensing, was that a difficult thing?
No, they're actually very cooperative. I mean, it's since then we've gone on to become federally licensed, which means we can ship outside of BC. And that is a more onerous process, but even so, they're easy to deal with. I mean, if they feel that you're trying to do a good job, they'll help you do a good job.
Did you have a vision right from the very beginning of what you are today? Did you know?
I don't think that I thought that it would get to be as big as it is today. Not that we're big on this normal scale of cheese making, but I thought that we could survive, make a living at it at a much lower scale. That turned out not to be the case.
Okay.
That we needed to get bigger in order to survive.
Yeah, but you've probably helped other people survive as well in the process.
You mean the people we employ?
That's right.
No, that's one of the best things that we do, is to employ 20 people here.
20 people?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's really helpful.
It is helpful, and as I was saying, it's, you know, we try to make it year-round employment, so that it's not just seasonal, you know, based on the tourist business, but it's year-round. So yeah, I think that's a great thing that we do.
Yeah. Sounds like cheese is your passion.
Do you know, I really like cheese, but my passion is finding a way to survive on Salt Spring.
Difficult sometimes?
Well, it's a challenge for all of us. I mean, we have to be creative, as you know.
Sometimes it brings out the best of us.
I think so.
Sometimes we're very challenged.
Yeah, I think it brings out the best of us. I mean, we've got some really interesting things going on here, and I think it's because people have to sort of dig deep to find a way to survive here.
And I think that's just what the times are as well. I think it's just a very healthy thing.
I agree.
Yeah, we get more real that way, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to thank you very much, David Wood, for being part of Art Lovers Getaway and taking this time. And people are going to be in for a real treat coming to your beautiful cheese shop here, and even just seeing you on the market on Saturdays, if they happen to luck out and come on a Saturday.
Yes, I mean, and it's a good plan to come on a Saturday to Salt Spring, because the market is such a cross-section of what we're all about here, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, you see things you know, you can see in 2 hours a cross-section of Salt Spring life that would take you weeks, months to discover.
From Rainbow doing his beautiful kaleidoscope to amazing produce and flowers and great crafts too.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. It is. Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.